Royalties of peace, tilling the storm back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. How are we all doing this beautiful Wednesday? Another water day is here. Yes, it is May 8th of 2024. May 8th. This is the second Wednesday of the month of May. I hope all has been going well. And I did explain to us last Wednesday, the first Wednesday, that this was the Asian Pacific Heritage Month, according to the America, according to the America. And I try for us to understand that America, only meaning enlightenment, should not should not deprive us from experiencing the greater America than what we see of the physical. When you come to America and say, where is the dream? Where is the American dream? I tell you the truth, when you realize the reality of the enlightenment of America, you even experience greater than what you see. Understanding it being the Asian Pacific Heritage Month, and also just from honoring Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo, and that in which I try to explain to us the victory we honor is the peace of mind, which in peace you have no idea what it feels like after completing the battle. You do not want to battle forever. Such that when you stop battling, that is the victory. That is the victory. When you're able to give up on the battlefield, that is victory. When the battlefield clears off, battlefield back to battlefield free. Yes, it is my water day. And I've always tried for us to understand that it is always better to not go to the ocean to know what water is like when you have a drop in your hand from which you can learn from. Peace steals the storm back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. Last Wednesday was very significant, understanding the need for peace, even when in divisions. When going away from each other is peace. I said isolation is beauty, yet it is not enough. Understanding that we start learning socialization very early of age. We learn socialization very early of age. There is no wrong. I said there is no wrong because it is either you are upside down, needing to reverse to expect it. You can never change the other. When we are young, we learn solid, the solitary play. explained, I'm looking on my phone. I'm trying to get the name of developer of these stages in human development. According to Brightwell, it says that mybrightwell.com says that the solitary play stage, in which a child begins interacting with toys independently and learning that they can do some things by themselves. Solitary play also boosts a child's social independence and teaches self regulations and promotes problem solving. So, being divided does not mean that we are not learning. A negative division or a negative isolation could only matter if we are opposing the other or having negative thoughts of the other. But that is only an initial step to wellness. It is part of grief. Grief is the process of recovering from a disruption. There is no wrong. There is no wrong. It's only a matter of readjusting self. We live in this wide, big space where we choose where the head is and where down is. Head is where we know, and down is where we don't know. We can never go ahead of time, but we can go back to history. I don't think I did get her name, or her name is Royalty Mildred Patterns. Royalty Mildred Patterns' 6 stages of play helps us to understand how we develop from isolation to socialization. When we divide, it does not mean that we are falling apart, but rather a process to recover, like putting the pieces back to start from square one and build it up, maybe much better, trying to get the best of our build. I remember going through this when I was taking when I was taking human and development classes, the human and development class, and it was well taught. It was well thought. That really helps us today to be able to rapidly communicate with each other to recovery of whatever we are short of misunderstandings and whatever gaps we have in our lives towards each other or even of self. There is need of initial steps. If it takes separation, it's worth it. But separation shouldn't be for too long because we are a one being. At the end of the day, we are a one being. Perfect peace. Perfect peace is our being. And until all are found, until all have ascended, can we see that perfect peace of our being that we are looking forward to. Therefore, our nine must stay nine. If it's six, we have to reverse it to nine. And some may ask, but why is six not a number? Six is upside down to us. Six is history. We must be able to stay with our known. A forgotten history we want to retrieve. We must return to nine, where we are stable. The complicated back to uncomplicated. If you see a lion, obviously you will run. It is not because you don't like the lion, but because there's a complication that we all have. I have the complication of fear, and they have the complication of chasing after me, making me scared. So we have to be able to sort that out by separation. Separation is not good, but what it takes for us to be able to get back to expected, we all understand that when we get to the place of uncomplicated, there will be no fear, there will be no scaring each other. And you may say, what about mosquitoes? No matter how far you run, they still chase you, and it's hard to get rid of them. Even if you build a tall wall, they will still find their way through. I remember when I was young, we were taught that this song of the first thing to do is to drink your Neva Queen. The second thing to do is to keep your house clean. The third thing to do is to keep your compound clean. We must drive mosquitoes away. When I sing it now, it feels like I don't know, I hate mosquitoes. After understanding that we are living beings, like how will you? And that's where hate always starts. Very, very, very silly things where you start hating, and then before you know, you're hating the brother or a sister. Like a mosquito, you start calling another. You are just around me like a mosquito. You start giving them these figuratives to express how you feel about each other, which is very, 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 very real of how complicated state can really affect us and needing isolation, warring self. Sometimes people even get rid of themselves because they can't get rid of the problem. They want to get rid of themselves. This is not ourself, true. Sometimes it feels like getting rid of this self is solving the problem of the inside that we are. Yes, this is a physical process, it's on its journey, but it must fulfill its purpose. It's like a cocoon of a butterfly. It must fulfill its purpose. And even if I age out and still have a child back in this world, that is still not complete. My cocoon is broken, right? So I must always have to wait until the child is completed. Then my cocoon is completed and I can now fly, right? I can now fly. I will stay disabled until all of mine is completed. Such that even when the last human being is still left on earth, we haven't reached perfect peace. We must be able to encourage all to reach wellness, of battlefield free, of none left behind. I hope this is helping us to resonate very carefully. Critical thinking is very necessary at this time so that we all can really understand what we are doing. We are great people, just falling short of knowledge of different categories. Some more angry than others. Some feel pain of the same affliction than others, which is why we must be able to enable the solution, which is the same solution, and all will get well. Even those who need longer time will their time even be shortened if we're able to express of expected, giving everyone dignity, no one left behind. It's time for us to recover from our short of knowledge to seek wellness perfect. keeping surrounding clean, keeping house clean, and drinking Liver Queen. Some would tell you, I bought Liver Queen, but it was just corn that was ground and put together. It wasn't the real thing. What is real, right? What is wrong? There's no wrong. At the end of the day, what is Liver Queen? Liver Queen is our cleaning and keeping well, right? Do mosquitoes have anything to really contaminate us with? Is it just a mindset? Some sit in mosquitoes and come out with no problem. Some mosquitoes run away from them even without applying repellents. Is it like their blood is they have bad blood? Some will say it's because you have sugar in your blood, that's why mosquitoes come after you. What some people most mosquitoes don't go after them. Interestingly how life is, right? But they have their own things that comes after them. But some shouldn't have anything we shouldn't have anything coming after us. When some animals have to really express themselves of we are supposed to be eating plants and why feasting on each other. If I start hammering on your family, it's obvious that one person is going to come out for me, even if it's not you, right? So how will I prevent you from getting harmed by my family? Is by making sure that I don't get into trouble with you, right? Tribal disputes, family disputes, relative disputes, all these disputes that we make of ourselves is how we interact with each other. Don't have disputes with animals. Do not minimize any being, any existence. Interesting how a mosquito will be coming after you, big you, giant you, and really pricking you, knowing very well that they're pricking you, and you could really slam them on the door, on the wall. They will still try to get you. Like, I don't mind to die. Like, I want to be a victor, a good soldier, one that dies at the battle. Our complicated way of expressing death must be solved because we are of higher minds. We are able to apply the expected. Keeping clean, keeping our house clean, keeping the potholes all dried up, not no stagnant water. Things that we can do to resolve this tiny of us from getting into the spaces. Not multiplying, expanding is another. Getting into other spaces is another. We are of higher minds. Helping each other to reach perfect peace is the greatest medicine we can ever give each other than just receiving palliative medications. Palliative is good, but not forever. We must be able to complete. Being higher minds, we should be able to say done with and gives room for every other to ascend to perfect peace. For once humans are complete with this world, there will be no need for any other because we are the main reason why everything is still living. We are the reason why everything is still living. Animals extinct, but we humans don't want to extinct because we have the intelligence. Yet the intelligence should be comforting us to perfect peace and not instead keeping us depleting or ascending of complicated processes. I hope this beautiful lesson today is worth enough to reflect upon, considering the divisions and damages we cause on ourselves, not thinking carefully. We need critical thinking and enabling solutions that can really help us reach our perfection of being, which has always been in place, even well expressed by our philosophers and great professors. All we need to do is just to keep on encouraging each other to apply them effectively and resonate where we've fallen short or wherever we have turned upside down and recover Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next Wednesday. Mother's Day is on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Let our new form of nurturing be of burden of the mind unto each other, what is worth of knowledge, to transition from this complicated state back to uncomplicated, nurturing each other effectively, back to perfect peace. Peace steals the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking onto perfect peace. Journey to wellness, perfect.